M0FXB Icom IC-9700 unboxing 2025. Let's turn it on for the first time and I will show you my connections as well. So quick press here. We've still got the green light. I bet you the new model has a blue light with maybe Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, but who knows. So 30 amp power supply, microphone, 8-pin microphone that you screw in here. Let me show you the rear connections. So we've got 2-meter antenna, 70 sems, 23 sems from a triplexer, which is just here. Of course, you can add separate antennas if you want. Then our 4-pin connector, just push it on. Got to push quite firm to remove that on top. USB here for FT8, little data connector there. OPC 2350, that's actually going to give us GPS. We've also got speakers here for the main and the sub. And on the left of that, our Kia 3.5 remote connection and USB again. And on the back of the power supply, red to red, black to black, of course. And I'll just quickly show you my hotspot as well. If you look here, All-Star node, micro All-Star node by Bill. And then we've got the DV Mega hotspot 433550 Dstar. Nice little charging dock there you can buy. Actually charges phones when you put them on top as well. Love that thing. It's only about £20. And yeah, a little mini node on 434100, I believe. I've got that. So in my kitchen, with this setup, we don't actually even need an antenna, which is quite crazy. But normally, of course, antenna on the roof, in the loft. And I've got, I've gone to the Icom website to make sure I've got the instruction manual and everything I need. So let's peel off the front plastic and then we'll take a look at all the front buttons and see what we can do. Let's familiarize ourselves with the Icom IC-9700 buttons and screen touch options. So of course, to power on, press and hold here, power on. It's a slight delay. Okay, I've got version 1.44 firmware running here. It's on high power at the moment. So my node is running, so I've just turned this on. My node is in the room. I can literally just tap the screen and go frequency input. My node is on 434.300. Keep going with the noughts, enter. We need to change band. So go on the B band here. Press again. 434.300. Keep going with the noughts, enter. Turn this up and you'll see my node come to life.
T0 OMK, M0 T0 returning. Thanks Dave for that, yeah.
And if we just go on the A band, tap the A band, see this frequency here. So I'm on my Icom 52, which is a beautiful radio as well. But anyway, watch this. Now this is why this is almost like 2 or even 3 radios in one. If I transmit now on the 2-meter, just test, M0FXB test, you can actually hear me. So it's simultaneous receive. And we've got someone talking. I'm on the A band, and if I transmit, 1 2 test 1 2. We can still hear the B band. That's full duplex. And we're listening to HubNet there and it sounds great. And my node, let me show you, is this tiny little box there, size of a cigarette packet. And I've got my hotspot up there, that's Dstar, but my node is actually sending out an analog signal. And back to the controls. One of the first things I always do is press the multi and get that power down. Right down, okay. There you go. And notice this new function that hardly anyone uses called monitor. I'm actually going to turn it on if it will let me. No, do I need to? No, it does allow me to turn it on. I will demonstrate that, but effectively it connects you to a repeater via the internet. But anyway, let's carry on. So if we press this button, it says transmit. Ta-da! It transmits. I'm going to work round, so volume, if you turn the outer knob here, and these are metal, or they look like metal and they feel like metal, squelch, and then if you turn the volume up and down, you can see that it's a volume as well, and you've got independent. So turn this up, hear the note, turn that down as well. DR mode, which is for a completely separate video, but effectively it's packaged all the repeaters so that you can scan through them, search them by location. You can import them on an SD card here. It's the large SD card. You can use an adapter, and you can import them and send them to the radio, and I'll give you links for where you can get all that as well. So I'm going to pop my SD card in actually. They don't cost much. This one's only 16 GB, but you don't actually need very much. Let's see if I can get that in there. You can see it's actually marked on there which way round it goes on the actual device. It might detect it, yeah, it's detecting it. I would say 100% it's going to need formatting before it works. Just go, I'll quickly show you. Menu, set, SD card, and format. Now, if the card's no good, it'll say, I'm not going to format it. So it seems all right. Let's see if it lets me save. So save settings. It's still mounting, it says. No, I think we'll do that for another video, but that's where you do your firmware as well. So DR mode, we spoke about that. Come out. Preset core channel. Vox and break in. So if you press Vox, you can talk without pressing the PTT. It's a basic microphone that you get, nice microphones. And break in, it activates. So when you press the keyer, when you're doing your Morse code, it actually transmits. If you don't activate the break-in, then you can practice, which is pretty good. Use a dummy load. Headphones, 3.5 jack, 8-pin microphone connector there. Preamp. So I don't know if we got any weak signals here. I don't think we have. But anyway, it's the kind of thing you'll turn on if the signals are weak. Shortcut for that. Notch filters there. If you press and hold. No extra settings. The preamp one is press and hold and you get attenuation. Noise blanker, not allowing me here. Noise reduction is. And then you've got the sub off. It says here sub off. You can go, just before I forget, A band, B band, but you can tap the screen as well. Press and hold the button and your single screen. And you think, well, that's a bit boring because half the screen's missing, but if you go menu, scope, and then do it, and expand, and you need a signal, so we'll go to the B band. No, let's just go, try again, I'm gonna go B, A-B button here. No, it's not gonna let me, so we're gonna go like so, and find it, turn the volume down. 434 300 for my node, and look at that. That is beautiful.
And put that electric controllers repeater in, which from my place I'm going to get beautifully.
Let's do the span.
So,
about 250k.
And I'm lending Big Jeff my other PMR radio. So
Hit the one reflector and you can make the scope. It's almost like a RF game for the scope.
And so
See that? Turning with the VFO.
With that, which should be good. You might.
And of course, you can change frequency. There you go, with the VFO. Very beautiful. If we press the auto-tune button, see if we can get it as... No, here it is here.
At 0432.5 megahertz FM.
It talks to you. Back to dual receive, and you have a scope there. Let's go to the A band.
Kindly recommending
I'm just wondering if there's dual scopes. Haven't tried that. They've also got, if you go menu audio, you get the oscilloscope.
43, 44 quid, something like that. Very cheap. Dual time slot and all that on it there, Matt.
23 sems there. It's definitely going to make me dig out my 23 sems antennas and start tinkering with 23 sems. So let's go back to single mode. Turn it down. We've got the XFC button here. If I press it now, nothing, okay? Now if I go to split mode, now press it, see what it does? It basically lets you listen to your transmit frequency. If we press the RIT button, receive increment tuning, and then you can turn the multifunction knob. Multifunction knob at the moment is mic gain, RF power, and then we talked about that monitor. Now I realised earlier that when I saw the monitor button before, it's come out, if you're in normal mode, the monitor button is actually to listen to your audio. When you're in DR, and now you press the monitor, the repeater monitor function is here, look, see? You have to be connected to a network. And that's the one that connects you to repeaters, Dstar repeaters, via the internet. So I made a slight boo-boo there. The kilohertz MCH button says when you press the kilohertz MCH button, it allows you to change the frequency step size. The 9700 uses 1 kilohertz, 100 hertz, 10 hertz. It also lets you choose memory channels here, apparently. Let's come out of DR mode. Notice just pressing and holding, I notice it's saying memory channel there. Okay, well, we'll have to play with that. We haven't loaded any channels yet. So the M pad allows you to store 5 memory channels. You can scroll through them just briefly pressing the M pad like that. And to save one, you just press and hold it and it'll save one. When you're receiving, the LED is green, if I turn up the squelch. And when you TX, it goes red. Auto tune button there for CW, just here. Shortcut here for tone, look. Set your tone. Let's put one on. There you are, tone's on. If you press and hold it, it's a nice quick way. You can actually change your tone as well. I think that's very handy. When you're in DR mode, it says here CS. So when it's not going to be populated now, we'll just go DR because we haven't used it. But you now press the C and it will show all the history of your Dstar contacts. Come out of DR mode. All right, let's hit the scan button. And we'll just choose one. And it's scanning. It is quite fast. It's a shame it doesn't do airband, if you ask me. But anyway. Hit the scan again. This time we're going to hit the bottom section. See what that does. Let's press and hold. No, same. Let's go down. Looks like you have to program in the beginning and the end. A and B. You see it changing here. A and B. And VFO to memory. Now in memory mode, we haven't put any memories in, but look, as soon as you go to memory, it gives you the option to start typing one in, look. It makes you select the band, like so. Just click it and then go, hold that down, that gets it into the memory. So now if you go to VFO, that's that, back to memory, it's there in number 1. If you want to add let's add a complete repeater. So let's add a repeater and save it to our memory. First thing, go into VFO mode. See it says VFOA, press again. Now you're in memory and just turn the multi-knob once. Then choose where you want to store it. So it goes blank where there are free. I'm going to do number 10 so I remember it. Number 10. Now let's add our frequency. So we're just going to tap. And I'm going to go frequency input, go 145. .600, that's GB3WR. Keep pressing all the noughts, enter. Okay, that's our receive frequency. So with a repeater, you do need a minus or plus shift, and you also need a tone to activate it. So we're going to press function, and we're on the duplex page on number 2 here. So tap until you see a minus, and you'll see in small writing it says 0.600. That's the amount that it will shift minus. So press and hold, and it says 0.600. Now, if it was a 77 repeater, you change that to 7.600, but here's fine. You just go 0.600 2 meter repeater, enter, and it's going to remember that. So now we need to set make sure we've got the tone set. So function, number 1, tone, turn that on, choose tone. You can choose tone squelch if you want. Press and hold the tone. And look, you can change the tone amount if it was tone squelch. But anyway, 94.8, that's fine. So hit function again, back out. Like so. Now if we key M0FXB test, you'll see it's shifting by 600 the tones on. So everything's in there now. So now we want to save it. So we're going to go to function. Let's get the right one. No, my mistake. You tap it. It says blank here at the moment. Tap it and then hold down the MW. And the blank has disappeared. It does beep twice. I just turned the volume down. So now we can just go to memory and we should see it in memory. Let's back out. Go menu, memory. There it is. So it's on number 10 and we're going to tap it here. Edit name. Prefer capitals. GB3WR. Enter. Back out and it should show. Yeah, you've got to be in single screen. Look, press and hold this. GB3WR. Let's add a 70 centimeter one. We're getting into this now. So we'll go into VFO at the moment. Then memory, and then we'll turn. Number 11. Tap. Oh, it says 144. We want to do 70. That's it. It's letting me do that. So just make sure. That's better. So we're going to frequency input 430.92500. Enter. I've got the frequency in there. Then we want our tone. So function. Tone is on that particular repeater. It's 77. Oh, it's actually picking it up on my dummy low. That's funny. So tone. We want tone. Press and hold. And move it to 77. That's gone in, and then number 2, the shift on this one will be plus. Press and hold, and it's already it automatically has put the 7.6 exit. So now that's GB3FI, and I've actually opened it on a dummy low. That's funny, isn't it? That's how close it is to me. So now we just want to add it to the memory. So now it looks like we're going to do it on number 1. So memory, and then hold down MW. You hear the 2 beeps, and that's in there now. Memory number 1. Let me go menu, memory. To number 1, tap the 3 lines, edit name. And this is obviously manual. You can use software. We're going to be doing videos using RT systems and the Icom software. GB3FI. Enter. And that's it. So we've only got 2 memories in there, FI, and if we go further, where's number 2? Did it vanish? It's because we're in the 70 centimeter section. Because it's like separate radios. You've got the 2 meter, the 70, and it looks like the 23 sems is all separate. I'm not sure why they did it that way. But anyway, that's how you add a repeater to your radio. Bye for now. Now let's add our call sign so we can use Dstar. So just press the menu, okay, menu here, then go over to set, like so, and up and down, and look for station. My DV, just tap that, press and hold, number 1, and then we're going to edit, and we're going to go M0FXB. You can add a couple of digits, I think it's 4 digits after the slash. So let's put in what this radio is, which is the 9700. That's it, you're all set for Dstar. So when you transmit on Dstar now, they're going to get your call sign. Bye for now. So as we're just sort of listening here to some Dstar, we're not in DR mode yet. I am going to make a completely separate video adding manually a Dstar contact into DR mode. Okay, press and hold, that's DR, okay. Now all we need to do is add a hotspot, but let's start going through some of these menus. So we go menu, and we're just going to flick through them. So scope, we know what that is. We can expand it, and if you press and hold it, we can actually change the colors and customize that how we like it. This is set at default at the moment. Audio, you saw the oscilloscopes coming in there. Voice, so we can record voice messages and transmit them. All your meters, and very handy for when you're using digimodes, and you can see ALC and things like that. Satellite, which is turn that down, which I have never used, but effectively it's split mode, and I'm curious to know if it adds all your Doppler shifts and all that. And the interesting thing is, you can actually use SSB across the board on this radio. So 2 meters sideband is something people ask for all the time, isn't it? So yeah, we'll have to do a learning video on satellite mode and how that all works. Memories, we saw that, very quick to edit and change memories. And if we load a repeater list on there and another memory list with all our channel memories, that's going to give us lots to tinker with. Scan section there. Let's come out of satellite mode. Scan and preset scans, and it's very fast at scanning. Memory pad, have we added anything to our memory pad? Not yet. Whole record section there, record and playback. Go to menu, and then the settings menu. Well, tone, functions, beeps, subband, memo pad. Only allowed 5 though. Oh, 10. Well, I didn't know that. Main dial, auto, TS. Notch, SSB, CW. Like so. My station where we put in our Dstar. And connectors. Phones, ACC, external speaker, external preamp. You can actually have external GPS as well, which I'm going to do in a separate video. Because I'd like to do that. And that's the whole network thing. We do need to put an Ethernet connector into the radio. Let's quickly look at the functions, which is AGC preamp there, notch, noise reduction, monitor levels, tone, vox, and IP+. Did a video on that. Quick menu, some quick shortcuts there. GPS information, which we are going to do soon, and you look out for that video. I'm going to use the app. There's an app that Icom have made where you connect the cable, the 2350 cable, to the radio and plug it into the phone when the app's running, and it gives you GPS. It works great, and it picks up the GPS from your phone. Let's go menu. So that's all that. Number 2. DV memory, is there a repeat? Oh, I've got a repeater list in, that's handy. Call sign should be in there, is it? It's where you add your call signs. These are like stations, so you could add XLX reflectors. Repeater list. Menu. CS, so once you start to have contacts and you've loaded it, and my call sign is in there, look. These all populate repeater 1 and 2. This is your history. A couple of stations that were talking there. Let's go DV gateway, that's terminal mode. So things like doozy, terminal mode, gonna work, but I'm pretty sure you're still gonna need that cable, I would say. Because it's not wireless, this one, is it? I'm pretty sure you will. I'll have to check. Then sending photographs. Ta-da! Just tap, and this one does it without needing the app. It will do it radio to radio and even across a repeater. GPS set. External. Just remember that, because when I do what I'm going to do, I'm going to use that manual position. TX mode, GPS information. There's a shortcut for that, isn't there, when it's flashing? DTMF, edit, put one in, one of the ones I use, star 3 41522, star 41522, enter, and then send, and it's now sending it. That's good for my node. Preset, FT8 preset, I didn't know I had that in there. And then so these are like, if you set up your radio to use, say, WSJTX, you don't want to keep forgetting the settings. So you've got it looks like you've got 5 presets there. That's normal, there's FT8 all preset in there for you. Exit. So I think that's about it. You know, it's an amazing bit of kit. If you've already got the 7300, you put this next to it, you've got everything, haven't you, pretty much. And if you get something like an open spot, hotspot, you can actually use DMR, Dstar Fusion, because the open spot will cross mode you to those modes. So one hotspot, one open spot, should I say, and you've got all the digi modes, you've got all star 23 SEMs, with your 7300 sat next to it, you've got your HF 6 meters. So you're done, really. Thanks for watching my learning video on the Icom IC-9700. Please hit the subscribe. Bye for now.